welcome back to another tutorial where I'll show you how to transform animations and motions between two containers of different sizes. It sounds very difficult, but it's very easy. So I'll just quickly hit the play button to show exactly what I was trying to say. So this is my design. This is what I was trying to say, like, from one small container it smoothly transitions into another bigger container with CTAs. I'll make another video on that. So without any further delay, let's get started. So first things first, I'm going to delete this. I've already prepared my cards and make sure everything is auto layout. That can be achieved with making the first outer rectangle, the image and the text, and make sure every three element is in their respective auto layouts. If you see, this is what I was trying to say. The text, the outer frame, and then collectively make one singular auto layout for that entire thing. Accordingly, I duplicated and made 6 other more cards, and I'll duplicate this. So that can be done with Command C, Command V, or Command D, or simply right clicking and selecting everything. So for the first one, we select the 6 cards and make it into into a frame by hitting Shift A, that is an auto layout, and we'll name it as first. Right now I'll tell you why auto layout works for such transitions. Because once you move everything, make sure that everything is aligned the way our initial design is. So don't worry if this is out. You can either check the clip content, or in that first container you can just go ahead and simply select this eye icon and oops, sorry. Wrong selection. Yes, here. So we slowly go ahead and make them out of our vision by clicking on the icon. Okay, right. And now why I meant the auto layout in the first place. It's just easier to change our original elements to the desired shape and size. Now I'll just put the text right here for now. Did you see that it bounced back because it's fixed in the container? So to make it free, we can hit this absolute icon on the properties panel, and then now you can freely move around wherever you want. For now, this placement is good, and we'll just make it as per our design requirement. This can be a bit tricky, but if you have a little bit of patience, anything can work, right? Okay, sorry. Yeah. And we just align it with our first design element. For now, you change this to 16, from 16 to 24, make it a little bit bolder because I want that visual hierarchy. Same thing for this one, we just decrease the size because it only gets easier moving around. And again, align it as per our requirement, and we just move it in this direction. First making sure this is fine, and then using the absolute positioning. There we go. And for the second subtext, we just make another line and copy this demo text which I already have placed. We don't want this big size. So we just go ahead and change it to a little smaller to create that visual hierarchy. Now this is placed, and we'll just move this a little bit below because we need to put that arrow above for the back motion, and we just take it from here. Right, we just click on that, duplicate it, take it out of the container, and just place it and align it again using the absolute positioning. So yeah, that's done. And then we take this element, we duplicate it and place it again. Make sure everything is in auto layout, otherwise it gets difficult for Figma to understand what the elements are if they are not grouped as per their original state. So since everything is on auto layout, this should also be in the auto layout. And our little CTA, taking the first instance as I showed you in the previous, again using the absolute positioning, we place our CTA, and yeah, that's done. Since there are a lot of cards, I'm not gonna make this video longer, so this is how you'll complete the entire transformations for all the 5 other cards, sorry. And then this is one variant, and we select all the other cards and put them in the container, and we put it as main container. Make sure to name everything, the elements, the variables, the components, text, images, everything. It only helps us, like how I showed you how we didn't want the other cards to show, then it was easy to just go in and make sure, otherwise, you know, accidents do happen. So that's in the container, that's in the container. Now we group it together and make a component set. And for the prototype, we again double click on the first card, and once this plus icon pops up, we connect it. Trigger would be on click, and smart animate would be quick, because that way it brings out that slow bouncy kind of animation. You can pretty much play around and do as per your convenience. I like it this way as I showed you, and then hitting the arrow for the back motion. Right, that's done. And then we again hover over this entire first instance and copy and paste it in our designated area, and then we hit the play button to see if we were able to achieve what I showed you before. That's loaded, and there we go with our beautiful transition from one container to another container without changing multiple screens and multiple elements. Feel free to explore and experiment. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.